Hello, 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 and welcome to another. I do so many shows. I was about to say a moment in deja vu. That's what I do on Instagram. But welcome to Coffee and Conversation with me, Kathy Jackson. As you can see, my mug says tired, naughty, nice, and tired as check. I'm not really tired, but I thought it was cute. We're just getting started. We're too soon to be tired. Now, I hope you guys are ready because, man, I'm excited about this. The title, When My Enemy is My Enemy. That's deep, ain't it? I wish I could take credit for it. I got that from the words of in a lyric of a song by Miss Amanda Raquel, and I'm gonna tell you about her a little bit later. But if you're out there, please say hi. Let me know you're out there. I know a lot of you listen and you don't type and let me know you're there. But when I run into you, you're like, yeah, coffee and conversation. My phone is ringing. Who don't know I'm on here? It's a private number. Well, we're going to ignore that because they should be listening to coffee and conversation. But I run into you and you're like, yeah, I watch you, coffee and conversation. You come into the studio like, yeah, I see your broadcast, you're doing a good job, and I am grateful. Thank you for that. But say hi, like type something in here, let me know you're here, give me a thumbs up. You make me think I'm talking to myself, which is fine, whatever. But I have a question for you guys and I want you to answer me. Listen, how many people out there listening, you are living the life that you want to live? I mean, everything in your life is just the way you want it. Your relationships are great. The work life is perfect. Your finances and your health are everything you want them to be. If this is you, if your life is just the way you want it to be, type perfection in the feed. Play along with me. Type perfection. And if it's not the way you want it to be, type not me. That's not me. If there's a couple of things you feel like you could do better, you want to change in your life, just type not me. I'm going to give you a second. Let me check and see what's going on here. How many honest people do I have? All right. Check not me or check perfection if your life is exactly the way you want it to be. All right. So I see a couple of not me's out there. I don't see any perfections. So you're saying that your life is not exactly what you want it to be. It's not perfect. Well, we already have a problem because you're not being honest with me and you're not being honest with yourself. Your life is exactly where you want it to be. You know how I know? Because if it wasn't, you would do something to change it. You are where you are because of the choices that you've made. This was a little exercise that I got from one of my former coaches, Larry Winget. They call him the pit bull of personal growth. And I was very blessed to have him as my writing coach for my book. Just because you know it doesn't make it right. Sounds a little bit like him, right? Larry's philosophy, if you don't know him, guys, Google him. Larry Winget. He has several bestsellers. One of them, Larry's philosophy is your life is your own damn fault. And that's also the name of his book, one of his books. But Google him. He has some bestsellers, some great information about really moving your life to the next level. And it's no nonsense. His is going to be a little bit different than what you're used to hearing from the gurus. Now, while I probably wouldn't phrase it the way Larry phrased it, he's got a book called You Broke Because You Want to Be. I probably wouldn't be so harsh, but I totally agree with his philosophy. Guys, you are walking around wishing, hoping and praying for things in your life to get better. And while I totally believe in prayer and hope, that alone is not how you get to the secret life you dream about. And I say secret because a lot of you will not share what you really want in life, because if you share that out loud, you'd have to get real with yourself and admit that you are not doing enough to make that happen. And if you're not living the life you want, the only person you can blame is yourself. Yeah, you can talk about how bad your circumstances were when you were growing up and how unfair life has been. And I'm sure that that has contributed to some of the choices that you've made. And you can get away with that for a little while, for a few years probably. But at some point, it is no longer your parents' fault. It's no longer the circumstances. It's on you. Now, at this point, if nobody ever told you, you hearing it for the first time, you are responsible for your life from this point forward. Now, why did I bring this conversation up and bring it up like that? It's because I had some amazing experiences this weekend. For those of you who might have seen the post, you know that I played in my first pickleball tournament, and I hate I didn't bring my it's not a trophy because the trophy went to first place. I won second place, but I hate I didn't bring my ribbon I got for coming in second place. But it's on my Facebook page. But you know what's amazing about this whole situation is that the person who came in first place was 76 years young. That's right. The lady who won first place in the pickleball, she was older than my mother. So, guys, if a 76-year-old can come out and win the pickleball tournament over, and she was the oldest person in the whole tournament, come on now. You can do whatever you want to. Now, to be fair, I'm not saying she beat all the professionals. We were the novice. At our novice level, she came in first, I came in second. There was a few other people in that group. But here's somebody 76 years old who just decided to come out and learn pickleball. And her first tournament, now she was on the phone talking to her granddaughter, like, what are you doing at the park? Because she followed her on her phone. And she told her she was in a pickleball contest and she won. Can you imagine telling your granddaughter, like, I won the pickleball contest? Her granddaughter's like, are you serious? Yes. Don't tell me you cannot have the life you want. You just have to make some decisions to do it. Now, another amazing experience I had this weekend was I was invited to go to a house concert. There's a singer, her name is Amanda Raquel, and she has a CD out. I'm going to hold it up so you guys can see it. It's called Fallen. Amanda invited me out to a house concert. And what she does is she pursued a singing career early in life, going after the fame, going after the money and all of that. And, in that business, it's kind of tough, people, it's kind of tough. At any rate, she did that. She had some successes. She had some things didn't quite work out. As life went on, she ended up getting married, and now she has 2 kids, and she felt a calling to get back out there and start singing again. But the music industry doesn't caters to people in their 20s. If you didn't know that, it caters to people in their 20s. And so now she's older than that. I'm not going to tell her age, even though she did at the concert. But she's married with 2 kids, and basically they were like, well, you look great. You look great for your age, but that's not really what we're investing in. So let me tell you what she has done. She created her own vibe. Like, instead of going out trying to fill up big stages and sell out like a rock star, she gets together with people in their homes, and they have anywhere from 10 to 15, maybe 20, depending on how big the home is, how comfortable it is. And she goes and she does a one-woman concert. And let me tell you, she performed. She wrote all her own music. She and her husband was there helping. Her kids was in the back room playing, you know. So, guys, you can do whatever you want to. Like, the only thing holding you back is your own mind. Here's a person who wants to sing. It's what she gets pleasure from. It's her gift. And if the people out there who own the record labels don't want to invest, she came up with a whole new concept to do what she loves to do. Now, we don't know where this will lead, but at the end of the day, she is living her best life. And that's what it's about. It's not about fame. It's not about fortune. It's not about everybody knowing your name. It's about you doing you, because that's what you want to do. There are no rules to this. I had somebody ask me, they were talking to me about they want to start their own podcast, but they've been wanting to start their own podcast for over a year, but they're trying to figure out exactly who they're going to speak to, what the rules are going to be, how it's going to be set up, what's the platform. And I flat out told them, like, and they were asking me, like, how do you know what to talk about? I said, you know what? I talk about what I want to talk about, because this is my Facebook Live. This is my platform, whatever platform you're listening to, because I'm out on YouTube and LinkedIn. So whatever platform you look at, this is my page, and I get to do it the way I want to. Nobody's paying me, so I'm not beholden to do it any other way. And that's the cool thing about when you're doing what you want to do. If you don't like what I'm talking about, I don't have to worry about that, because you can always just swipe left. Right? So anyway, the point is, you get to design the life that you are currently living, and you get to design the life that you want to live. And the life that you are currently living was designed by you. And you are clearly happy with it, because if you weren't, you'd make some changes. The truth is, you don't want it bad enough. That's right. You're not willing to do what it takes to get healthy and lose weight. You're not going to do what you need to do to write that book. You're not going to do what you need to do to write that business. You don't want to be healthy more than you want to eat that slice of pizza. You do not want $20,000 in your savings account more than you want to stunt with some red bottom shoes. You do not want to pay for college for your kids more than you want to drape them in Nikes and go out and eat every night. The bottom line is, you're choosing immediate gratification over what it takes to get what you want. I don't know if you guys have seen these Zillow commercials. If you haven't, you should Google Zillow Me commercials. Me. It's one lady, I think her name is Susan, and she has all these different versions of her in the room. And she come in the room, and it's like a conference room, and they're all sitting there. And she comes in, okay, this is the project. We own this. We want to sell this house. We want to buy this house. And then she starts going to spontaneous me. What you say? Negative me. What do you say? And that's what we do. That's our inner me. That's our enemy. Hold on. Let me take a sip. Okay. So here's my sample. And this could work for anything, whether you're trying to lose weight, whether you want to save money, buy a house, buy a business. But I'm all into buying businesses right now. So that's what we're going to use as the example. So I walk into the room, all the versions of me are there. And I'm like, okay, here's what we want to do. We want to open up Deja Hue Art Studio. We want to open up a business. Negative me, what do you say? Because negative me speaks up first. No, too risky. We could lose everything. What if it doesn't work, right? Spontaneous me, what do you say? Yep, Already started looking for a location. My indecisive me. Ooh, that sounds good. But I think I need to do a little bit more research. The perfectionist me. Well, this is not the best time to start a business. As soon as the kids go off to college and we pay off all our debts and we create a website and we save up 3 months of income, then we could look at starting a business. Then the antisocial me. I don't want to be the first face of my brand. Oh, I don't do social media like that. The lazy me. Girl, entrepreneurs work 10 times harder than employees and they don't have no guarantees. Ain't nobody got time for that. The stressful me. Ooh, I need a consistent check. What if I don't get the customers? How we gonna pay the rent? Girl, I ain't gonna be able to sleep at night with all that debt on me. And then there's the gullible me. Don't worry. The lady in the commercial, she was able to buy a house, a yacht, an expensive car, and she only had to work for 1 hour a day. This is easy. You can work for yourself. And then the paranoid me. What if we get audited? What if somebody steals our ideas? What if we get sued? Somebody might slip and fall. What if we have another pandemic? Guys, our inner me can sometimes be our enemy. Here's a true story, and I've told it once or twice. If you listen to me regularly, you might have heard it. But during the pandemic, hey, Natalie, I'm sorry. I had to look at my notes, so I wasn't looking to see who was there. Hey, but I'm back now. So during the pandemic, I had a friend who was laid off. They were getting unemployment, but they still know they needed a job and they were looking to start a business, didn't know what. And I had come up with an idea. They got a car and, I started taking my laundry to the laundromat, dropping it off. It cost me $1 a pound. They wash it, dry it, and fold it for me. But lazy me, I sure wish I had somebody to drop it off and pick it up for me. I'm just saying. And I've shared that idea with this person because I'm like, there's probably a market out there of people like me who wish somebody would come and drop their laundry off and pick it up and then bring it back all folded and ready to put in the drawer, right? I ran it through a couple of my friends and they were like, I'd pay for that. I'd pay for that. And I'm like, this is a great thing. All you could have to do, right? You got a car, figure out in your area, some people, pass out some flyers, see who might be interested. You pick up the laundry, drop it off, bring it back. You can charge for service, for a delivery service. And depending on where you go to get the laundry done, I pay $1 a pound. If I'm going to pick it up and drop it off, I'm going to charge you $2 a pound. And I don't have to wash it. All I got to do is drop it to the ladies who do that, pick it back up. My friend said, that's a great idea. But what if I get the laundry mixed up? What if I get to the laundromat and they close and I can't get the people their laundry in time? And what if I get the laundry, but then they not home? I don't want to keep their laundry overnight. I mean, they sat there and talked themselves from a good idea to a bad idea to it's going to be complicated to it's not even worth it in the same conversation. And I think that a lot of us do that as well. We have well intentions. We have good ideas. We want to do it. And this is about the time of year where we decide, we resolve that we're going to do that thing because it's New Year's resolution time, y'all. And I'm not saying don't make New Year's resolutions. I'm just saying you have got to become a new person in order to have new habits, create new habits before that thing is going to stick past January 13th. That is statistically true. The average New Year's resolution is broken by January 13th. So then what's the answer, Kathy? How can I have the life that I want? First, you have to be honest and allow yourself to admit that you want more. That's right. See, we walk around acting like we got it all together. On the outside, looking Gucci. Everybody's looking good. But you go home worrying about paying bills and lonely and you eating in the dark when nobody can see you. Just all those things. You have to be willing to be honest with, not with anybody else, but with yourself. And then spend some time imagining how the future you looks if you were able to get, conquer, do, or be whatever it is that you want. I say this almost every week. Write down all the things that you want. And then, since it's New Year's resolution time, choose one that you really gonna focus on. The one that's gonna make the greatest impact in your life over the next year. Then write down what you need to do to get started, because you already know. If you want to lose weight, like literally, I could write a health book on how to lose weight, what foods to eat, what exercises you could do, like when you should do them, when you should eat, when you shouldn't eat. We know these things. And if you don't know, go to the wizard, Google. So write down the things that you need to do or be or get what it is that you want to do. Research the information. Read some books. Get information, guys. It's out there. Register for a class. Get a coach. Let me tell you what I did after I came in second place with pickleball, because you know me, you know I like to win. I wasn't going for second place when I signed up, but it was pretty darn good. And it's actually really good, because if I had won first place, I would have thought I had it all together. But what I realized was I lost a lot of points on my serve, right? So you know what I did? I Googled how to get a better pickleball serve. And there was several videos out there to show me how to get a better serve. And then I practiced at home. And then when I went to my regular game on Tuesday, I practiced it on the court. It took my game to a whole other level. And I did that. I had to do some research to learn what I didn't know. Now, I still got a lot of practice to do, but I just want to share with you that anything you want to know is out there. So Google it, read it, start filling your mind with what you want to do, resources. Guys, the more you think about it, the more it becomes who you are, and you will find yourself making different choices. And the next step after you do the research is to get started. Get started. Yes, read, research, talk to people, get a coach. But at the end of the day, you have to get started. If it's going to be, it's up to you. That was supposed to be a rhyme in my head, because it was really, if it's going to be, it's up to me. But I really want you to do it, because I'm doing it. I want you to do it. And then rinse and repeat. Guys, decide that anything less than your goal is not an option. There's an African proverb that says, when there is no enemy within, the enemies outside cannot hurt you. So that is what we want to talk about. Hey, okay, let me see who's all on here. Oh, my sister Natalie says she wore Google and YouTube researching how to self-publish her book. She wore them out self-publishing her book. And she not only has one book, she has two. And one of them is an award-winning novel. Woo, 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 woo. Natalie, put your information in the feed so they can order your books for Christmas. And hey, Reverend Weaver, I'm going to be nice. I'm not going to call you what I call you, but hey, thanks for tuning in. But anyway, guys, that's all I have to talk about today. Your inner me can sometimes be your enemy, but that is not, you don't have to accept that. You can do some self-improvement, and it doesn't have to cost you anything, number one, and it doesn't have to cost you a lot. Read, look at YouTube, Google, research. There's all kinds of articles about whatever it is that you want to do. And there's people out there who are doing it, who you can connect with, and they can help move you forward. That being said, I want to thank you guys for joining me for Coffee and Conversation. We are here at the studio again tonight. We've had some great people popping in and painting all week. Today is Wednesday. We're here Wednesday and Thursday from 5 to 9 p.m. Come pop in and paint. And don't forget, we're going to start selling franchises in January. So if anybody's interested in that, give me a call. You can, my website information, DejaHughArt.com is there. Hey, Lori, swoop, swoop. Hit me up on the website and let me know you're interested in a franchise. And when we're ready to start selling in January, I will give you a call and give you all the detailed information. So thank you all. I hope you join me next week for Coffee and Conversation.